Hello, and welcome to another Lincoln property blog, brought to you by Ben from Walters of Lincolnshire. This week we look at why Lincoln's higher-priced homes are facing tougher selling odds in 2026. When most homeowners decide to put their Lincoln home on the market, they assume one thing: the chances their home will sell are very good. After all, why wouldn't it? You ask an estate agent to place your home on the market, the board goes up, pictures of your home appear on the portals, and viewings subsequently get booked and offers made. Except it is not. Looking at other Lincoln estate agents over the last 2 years, the chances of selling your Lincoln home and moving have been 54.2%. The remaining 45.8% of homes fail to sell, withdrawing from the market unsold, and those chances vary immensely, property to property. Whether you end up selling your home or not practically always comes down to two things. 1. The marketing of your home. 2. The pricing of your home. I have spoken many times recently in previous blog posts about marketing, so for this article, I wish to focus on your pricing strategy. Every Lincoln home is unique. Its layout, type, condition, price band, location, presentation, and even timing all go together to make a difference. Let me share with you what I've found about the Lincoln property market and the chances of getting your home sold and moved, split down by price band and type. So I've looked at the data for every Lincoln property that has left Lincoln estate agents' books over the last 2 years, then calculated how many have successfully sold and exchanged and completed, versus how many were withdrawn and never sold. The results are eye-opening. Here are the Lincoln selling odds by price bracket. Up to £250,000, 4,159 Lincoln homes sold and moved, 3,030 unsold and withdrawn, 57.9% success rate. £250,000 to £400,000, 2,126 Lincoln homes sold and moved, 1,919 unsold and withdrawn, 52.6% success rate. £400,000 to £750,000, 730 Lincoln homes sold and moved, 863 unsold and withdrawn, 45.8% success rate. £750,000 plus 62 Lincoln homes sold and moved, 122 unsold and withdrawn, 33.7% success rate. So as asking prices increase, the odds of selling your home fall. And now the Lincoln selling odds by type. Bungalows, 57.9% success rate. Houses, 56.2% success rate. Apartments/flats, 55.3% success rate. Others, character property, building plots, mobile homes, retirement homes, 20.3% success rate. So, why do higher-priced Lincoln homes find it harder to sell? As property values rise, the number of potential buyers naturally reduces. The market becomes thinner at the top end. There are fewer proceedable purchasers. Affordability pressures intensify, and mortgage lending criteria become more demanding. Even financially comfortable buyers tend to exercise greater caution when borrowing costs are elevated. Beyond simple affordability, higher value homes are often more complex to price accurately. Comparable evidence is usually more limited, and properties differ more widely in specification, layout, and location. This makes precise positioning more difficult and increases the risk of misjudging the market. There is also a behavioural factor. Some agents understandably value the visibility that prestige homes bring to their portfolio. However, the desire to secure an impressive instruction can sometimes lead to optimistic pricing. At higher price points, even a relatively small degree of overvaluation can significantly reduce early interest. In many cases, overpricing becomes the most significant obstacle to securing a sale. Then there's the risks attached to overpricing. During the unusually buoyant conditions of 2021, many sellers were able to achieve ambitious asking prices. Demand outstripped supply, borrowing was inexpensive, and buyers were competing strongly. Those conditions no longer apply. In today's Lincoln market, pricing above the level buyers perceive as fair is one of the most reliable ways to see a property withdraw unsold. Once initial momentum is lost, subsequent reductions often struggle to recreate urgency. Buyers may question why the home has not already sold, and confidence can quietly diminish. The data suggests that this pattern is particularly evident in certain higher price brackets. So what is the role of the estate agent? A common misconception among Lincoln sellers is that asking price equates to value. In reality, the value is defined not by what you, your neighbour or best friend, thinks it's worth, but only by what a committed, ready, willing and able buyer is prepared to pay. Attracting that buyer requires more than online portal exposure. In current market conditions, 3 factors are especially important. First, setting a price that aligns with comparable evidence and buyer expectations from the outset. Second, carefully qualifying prospective purchasers to ensure they are financially and procedurally ready. Third, managing negotiations firmly and guiding the transaction all the way through to exchange and completion. Experienced Lincoln agents recognise that buyer psychology plays a central role. They balance optimism with realism, maintain communication throughout the process, and aim to create competitive tension where possible, rather than relying solely on passive interest. Every Lincoln property is individual. Location, presentation, condition, and timing all influence outcomes. The figures discussed reflect broad trends rather than predictions for any specific home. Some Lincoln properties will outperform the averages. Others may struggle despite strong presentation. The critical point is not simply to be aware of the statistics, but to understand how they relate to your own circumstances and price bracket. Instead of asking, "What price would I like to achieve?" Lincoln homeowners might consider a more practical question. What pricing strategy gives me the strongest chance of completing my move? Very few people put their home on the market with the intention of testing it indefinitely. The objective is to exchange contracts, complete, and get you moved on to the next stage. Pricing remains the single most significant variable within a seller's control. The decision made at launch can either build momentum or quietly restrict it. It is also important to remember that the financial outcome of moving is determined not solely by the sale price achieved, but by the relationship between that figure and the cost of the onward purchase. The true cost of moving lies in the gap between the 2 transactions, not in the headline price alone. That broader perspective is often overlooked when decisions are made at the outset of a sale. We are very proud that during 2025, here at Walters, we sold 94% of the homes we listed. That's not luck. It's accurate pricing, standout marketing, and hands-on support from day one. So if you are thinking about selling and want an honest, evidence-based opinion on your Lincoln home's actual market value, with no fluff, no pressure, and no nonsense, I would be delighted to help. To ensure all our clients get the absolute best experience and a total marketing strategy as unique as their homes, we only list 20 properties per month. Our March and April market appraisal slots are now available to book. We ensure that you are always a name and not just a number with Walters.